Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we have episode 2 of our Mythbusters series. This is where we go in and try to test random questions within World of Warships Legends and figure out what is what. But before we go ahead and talk about what we're covering today, let's go ahead and talk about comment of the day. Comment of the day goes out to someone who leaves a comment on one of our previous videos, and today's comment goes out to Phil Jackson. He says, "Buy The Sims? I think I'd rather have experimental bowel surgery." And yeah, The Sims, not that great. She isn't great. Look forward to tomorrow where we use the Sims commander on The Sims, because if you're going to have a ship named after you, you might as well be able to pilot it and see what happens. Let me tell you, it's an interesting thing using a battleship commander on a destroyer. If you're interested in that, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. But with all that said, let's now talk about today's video and the two questions we are going to answer today. The first is one that got written into when I posted this video to Reddit, the original video to Reddit, and it was talking about how when you use a speed boost, that you actually reduce your reverse speed. And this one kind of makes sense to me, because maybe if you had something coded wrong, you could end up seeing a 5% or a 20% increase to your top speed, but because it's in a negative value, it then actually adds to a negative value, thereby decrease. Like, there's validity in code to this one, so I wanted to go ahead and test that one. The other one is there wall hacks, or can you shoot through walls in this game? And that's a bit of a clickbaity title. Basically, there are certain things you can shoot through in this game that you may not realize you can shoot through, so we're going to go ahead and explore what those are. So we have all of that. First things first, let's go ahead and talk about the reversing. So what happened was, when I posted the original episode of this over on the Reddit, I had this comment. User Seabird2796 says, engine boost used to lower the max reverse speed. It was a while ago that I heard this, so they may have fixed it. Nah, who am I kidding? They don't usually fix those types of bugs. And then the Bloody Hound 90 replied and says, still in effect, you hit the boost as you're already reversing and you'll see reversing speed decrease. Pretty sure I saw this yesterday with the Jean Bart. Now, sadly, I don't have the Jean Bart to test. She's just one of the ships that I am missing in my arsenal. So we went ahead and selected 3 different ships to go ahead and test this with. That way we had a kind of vast supply, a good diversity of ships, just in case it maybe is just isolated to one style of ship. The 3 ships we ended up using were the Algier, the Cossack, and the Sims, and we'll go ahead and play the test for you now. Basically, the methodology for this was to first go ahead and hit full reverse on the thrust, get up to what appeared to be the maximum speed that full reverse allowed for the ship. Once we've reached this terminal velocity, we'll go ahead and hit the engine boost. If the reverse speed increases, it means that this myth is kind of busted. If the reverse speed decreases, so if we get a smaller number, then we know that this is actually confirmed. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Sims. Here we are at our full speed reverse, and we're about to hit that wonderful engine boost, and speed goes up. Yep, speed on the Sims goes up. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Algiers. So here we are once again, full reverse, waiting on us to hit the engine boost. Engine boost gets hit, speed steadily cranks up. So I think we can go ahead and bust this myth on the Algiers. And just to ensure that we are covering our due diligence, now let's go ahead and take a look at the Cossack. Here we are once again at full reverse, hit the engine boost, and that speed once again rises. So I think we can thoroughly say that the engine boost, it definitely is busted. Engine boost does not reduce your top speed when in reverse. I understand like the theory behind this, because if you have like the game coded so that your forward and reverse speed, the reverse speed is a negative integer, and then when you take the percentage to increase, it doesn't apply that as a negative integer. Like, it makes sense to me how this could have started, or if it was a glitch at one point, why in the code it could have been that way. But as it stands in the game currently, it's busted. Hitting your engine boost while in reverse does actually increase your total maximum speed while in reverse. Next, let's go ahead and talk about our next thing, wall hacks, or what I like to say, what human-made structures can you shoot through? So as we know, the main source of cover in this game is islands. So a lot of times use the islands as cover, but sometimes shells can go through the things that are on islands. So we're going to take a little grand tour of human-made objects on certain maps, and we'll talk about how or where you can shoot through them, because this can be actually used to your tactical advantage. If you go back to my Munchen review, Munich, whatever, that ship, if you go back to that review, you'll actually see me hitting a Nuremberg through some walls, because if you know what walls are penetrable, you can use them tactically to your advantage. So with all that said, let's go on the grand tour of human-made objects, because within my testing, I think there are two kinds of things that you can shoot through that you think you wouldn't be able to. One, trees. Most of the time, you're actually able to shoot through them if you're just kind of glancing the trees. Basically, as long as the shell of the gun doesn't hit the rock, that's all you need to avoid. The trees are kind of set decoration, and you can punch right through them. But it's the human decorations, the man-made buildings, that you get a little bit of variance on what you can and can't shoot through fully. So let's start this grand tour around the world. I feel like I'm at Epcot. Here we go. So first map on this tour is Trident, and on Trident, if you didn't know, there's a little Polynesian village out on this little outcropping right here. And as we can see, as long as you don't hit the rocks below, you can actually fire right on through the Polynesian island. Some of if you do hit the back of the rocks, you are going to end up having those shells explode. But as long as you can keep the shells away from the rock and away from them bottoming out, you can go ahead and kind of shoot through the village. So that's the first one up. Trident, you can shoot through. Next up, we have the worst map of the game, Strait. And this is one of the ones you can kind of really easily tell where you are and aren't able to shoot through. So when you aim in this game, you can see immediately that our shells either go straight for the town or they fly a mile past. And that's because about halfway up the town is where the hitbox for the town ends. So the bottom, the wall, what it's built on, solid, and like the first two stories of the town are completely solid. But if you need to arc a shell and just kind of clip the top of those buildings, then that's where you are going to be able to kind of wall glitch, or whatever you want to call it, shoot through those buildings. So that's Strait. Hopefully that helps you playing what is, once again, the worst map in this whole fucking game. Next map, we have Sea of Fortune, and there's two locations where there's kind of large man-made objects on this one. And the main one is what reminds me of Mont Saint Michel, the commune, church, castle that's in France that is in a tidal basin, so that when there's high tide, it floods. Anyways, that historic center, I just know it from Civ, I'll be honest. That center, solid as a rock, can't shoot through it. However, then off to the coast on a secondary island, there is a small town, and you are actually able to shoot through the walls of the town. Sadly, that game, the footage got deleted somehow, so I don't have it, but you are able to shoot through the walls of the town, and you're going to see the walls are kind of the weird middle ground for a lot of these things. When they have like fortified castle looking walls, it's like a 50-50 chance on whether you're going to be able to shoot through them. Next up, we have Sleeping Giant, and as we know, Sleeping Giant has two very large pagodas on it, and it turns out both of those pagodas are rock solid. You cannot shoot through the pagodas on Sleeping Giant. On Northern Waters, you kind of have this small town with what looks to be either a fort or maybe a gulag of some sort at the top of the town, and if you can get those shells just right, you can get the shells to sail right on through the top of the tower. So that's another one. Next up is the map that kind of got me excited to talk about this, / wanting me to talk about this. That's Estuary, and right here we have this little fort over here, and it turns out the wall of this fort, straight up penetrable. If you can shoot through it, shells are going to go right on through, and you're going to be able to shoot people right through the walls of that fort. If you want another example of it from the other side, I do have footage of me doing the same thing, but on the other side in the Munchen in the review video. And the final map we're going to go ahead and look at is Tears of the Desert, and we have this kind of large settlement up on this rock. And this one is very hit or miss. There are some times where you're going to fire and shells are just going to sail right on through, and then there's other times they're just going to explode. But this is one of those other 50-50 ones. And guys, that's my full list of like man-made structures that I could find that you would be able to shoot through in this game. If you like videos like this, if you like this kind of Mythbustery kind of series, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know any myths you would like me to test, and I will try to get right on them. Guys, my name's Tomboy601. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.